So if you're planning to study in Morocco, or maybe you're already here, there are a few things that I would like you to know, because moving to a new country can be so exciting. And I believe you've probably heard that Morocco is a beautiful country, a country that is rich in its culture with friendly people and so many wonderful things about Morocco. But there are so many things that people don't talk about, and I would like to share with you some of the unexpected challenges that you'd likely to face. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I wish I knew before studying in Morocco. And these are insights that are not only going to help you to prepare you for your stay here, but are also going to help you to get to adapt to the place, to succeed in your time being here and enjoy your stay. By the way, if you're new here, my name's Achimomo Sakara. I'm a Zambian student in my 5th year studying in Morocco, and over the past 5 years, I've been in Morocco studying mechanical engineering. So on this channel, I document my life and my stay in Morocco, as well as sharing the things that I'm learning in the process. So if you're interested in that, I welcome you to this channel, and let's start the video now. So my first point is on academic expectations, especially for those of you who are coming from an English-speaking country like myself. And I remember this in my first year when I came into Morocco. I really struggled a lot in my first and second year to adapt to the educational system, because there's a lot of difference between the English educational system and the French educational system. So one thing that you might want to know is to understand the differences between the two education systems. I remember the first time that I came in Morocco, I really struggled to adapt with the way they solve their math, with the way they solve their physics, and the different courses that I was taking in my first and second year. This is because I really didn't understand and have a clear understanding or difference between the two systems. So if you are interested in coming to study in Morocco, so you might want to research and understand the differences between these two educational systems. So one thing that is also different from my country is that class attendance is taken so seriously in Morocco, and they record each and every person who attends and who misses. So you might find some professors who are so strict, some professors who are so strict about following these rules, and you might end up maybe being cancelled to write an exam, being punished for missing classes. So another thing that you might want to do is to build relationships with your professors as well as your fellow students, because this is also going to help you to adapt so quickly into the system, into the way they learn, into the way they handle their classes and everything that the country offers in their educational system. So you might want to consider building strong and good relationships with your fellow students as early as possible, so that you can get and to adapt in the system faster. So the second point is the language barrier, and this has been my biggest challenge being in Morocco, because coming from an English speaking country, learning French in a short period of time has been one of the biggest challenges to integrate into the system, to integrate just living in Morocco. So if you're someone who is considering thinking about coming to Morocco, you might want to learn as much as you can the language, which is French, as well as also to get to know some of the local phrases that they use. And in class, people, when they are speaking French, you might feel like you're not understanding, or maybe you not get some of the things that I'm explaining, because the language is so different, and you being in a different country, you being in a different system, and you might be left behind, not understanding the things that the professors are teaching, not understanding what your friends are asking in class. And some of the challenges that you might also face is the inclusion of the local languages, like Darija and Arabic. And this is some of the challenges that you might face with language, because some of the students or professors might want to use their local languages, which you cannot understand anything at all. So this is this is one of the biggest challenge, the very biggest challenge that I've faced in Morocco, because you hope to be in class, not to have those kind of barriers of language, to understand everything that you are being taught. But in the process, it is what it is, and it's something that I've faced, and at least I've been able to adapt and being able to manage the situations. So the first point that you might like to know is the cultural norms that the country has. And this is one thing that I appreciated, because it was one of the things that I knew earlier before coming. I had an orientation about Morocco, the way they live, the culture, and everything. So you might want to understand more about their behavior, the way they dress, the way some certain things, the way they go about the way of life, and that's the different things that might be different from your culture. It's because it's very important. You might be doing something that you find is just okay in your country, and probably it's disrespectful in Morocco. So you might also want to research and know about the cultural norms and the differences on how people in Morocco behave. People in Morocco, they are accustomed in the way they live, in the way that they communicate with others, in the way they relate with people. Among the many cultural norms that you might want to know, I would like to share with you the three things that are important that you'd like to know. The first one, their hospitality. And this is one thing that has helped me to adapt so quickly because Moroccans are so welcoming. And one thing that you'll notice is that sometimes they'll even share food with you. A lot of times you meet people, you'll be walking, and they'll call you to come and eat with them. Probably they'll even buy you stuff. They will invite you to their homes, different things that they would like to share with you. So it's their hospitality that will you can take advantage of to get to adapt into the country. So a second thing that you might want to know about the cultural norm is the dress code, especially for the females. They wear the long dresses as well as cover their faces when they cover their faces. So this is one thing that is or has been totally different from my country. Coming to Morocco, I've seen most people upholding to that cultural norm, and it's not everyone, but it's something that you might want to respect as well as to get adapted to, and just to learn about why they dress, why they do that, and understand their culture and why they behave like that. Third and the final cultural norm that you'd like to respect is their prayer times. You would want to know when they are praying, and also avoid maybe disturbing them. They might close some shops, they might stop lessons, or maybe stop working for them to go attend to their prayer times so that they can, pray and respect their religious beliefs. So if you are someone like me who is a Christian, you might also be interested in just learning about their religion, and also understanding about their prayer times and everything that they do in their religious activities. So these are the basically three things that you'd like to know about the country and about their cultural norms. But there are many more that you can research to understand how everything goes in Morocco. So point number 4 that you'd like to know is socializing, and this is one of the best experiences. And the things that I loved being in Morocco is because you get to make friends, you get to socialize, you get to do different activities with different people. We played soccer, and there are a lot of things that we did together. So this is one of the things that you might want to do so that you can also be able to learn and understand more about them, and get to know about the school system, anything that you'd like to know about the country, because socializing with people is the thing that will give you an understanding on how they behave and how they are. So in my case, I didn't spend a lot of time socializing, but the few times that I did, I enjoyed and I appreciate much of the things and the time that we spent together, because it's something that I've loved. Without those moments, I don't think I would have been able to adapt to the system. I would have been able to get to socialize with a lot of people, or maybe learn as well as just to have memories together with the people in the country. One of the socializing events that you will notice are student groups, or maybe join student groups, different activities, clubs, and just different things that they do in schools. So you might want to get to join those groups, get to or participate in their programs, the things that they do, and travel with them so that you can also be able to explore and learn different things that they are talking about. So check out and be alert of the student groups that each institution or maybe school has, so that you can join and also be able to learn them. However, one thing that you might want to know is that there are some places that are so conservative, so you might want to avoid as much as possible interacting between men and women. So there are some places where uh, gender interactions can be opposite gender interaction can be limited. So you might want to be aware of such kind of places where you might be interacting with some people, then some people will be looking down on you, which is it's normal, but you might want to respect because uh, their their communities and their way of life is so conservative. So you might want to be alert about that. The other thing that you might want to do is to explore the cafes. This is where most people meet, especially times of football and times of hanging out. These are places where most Moroccans you find them are watching football, enjoying their lives, doing different things in the cafes. And it's one of the things that you might also want to be in so that you get to know what they do, how they live, and also get to taste the Moroccan tea, which is very good. I recommend for you to try it. So point number 5 is the cost of living. This is one thing that is dependent on the place where you're living. It's not the same. There are places that are more expensive, very expensive. Then there are places that are quite cheap or maybe affordable for your stay in Morocco. So the two places that are very expensive in Morocco and the ones that I've seen are so expensive in my stay in Morocco are Casablanca and Rabat, then maybe followed by Tangier, Marrakesh, and other cities. Then there are some small cities that can also come into these two categories of being expensive in the most expensive cities in the country. But you might want to do your research on the cost of living for each particular city that maybe you'd like to go in so that to know how much you can prepare yourself for that cost of living. So the other thing that you might want also to take note of is public transport. There are some places where public transport is so cheap and there are some places where it's so high. So you might also want to research about that and also understand uh, the different costs of public transport in those two different on those cities that you might want to go or maybe you are researching on. So I thank you for watching this video and thank you for reaching this far. I hope this video was helpful and see you in the next one.